London British police on Saturday raided the home of two respected foster carers in the south of England after arresting an 18-year-old man in connection with a London train bombing that injured 29 on Friday. The developments came a day after commuters fled in terror after a homemade bomb partially detonated on a District Line train, injuring 29 people. Kent police detained the teenager close to the port of Dover at 7:50 a.m. yesterday on suspicion of being a terrorist, describing it as a significant arrest. Police officers were later seen searching bins close to Dover Priory railway station a few minutes' walk from the port. The suspect was last night due to be moved to a South London police station. Department ASST Commissioner Neil Basu, of the Metropolitan Police, said, "We have made a significant arrest in our investigation this morning. Although we are pleased with the progress made, this investigation continues and the threat level remains at critical. The public should remain vigilant. This arrest will lead to more activity from our officers." The arrest location, close to the busiest ferry hub in Europe, raises the prospect the suspect could have been attempting to leave the country. 5 hours later, armed police arrived at an address in Sunbury-on-Thames, southwest London, and began evacuating residents from surrounding homes. Police and forensic officers at a property which was raided. Photo Victoria Jones. The elderly owners of the Cavendish Road property, Penelope and Ronald Jones, are a foster couple who have taken in hundreds of young people since 1970, including refugees from several countries. In 2009, Mr. and Mrs. Jones were appointed MBEs for services to children and families. The honour was presented to them by the Queen at a ceremony at Buckingham Palace. Mrs. Jones, 71, and her husband, 88, said, "At the time we open our hearts to all the children. Anybody that comes to us, we will do whatever we can to help them with whatever they need." Their home is 20 kilometres from Parsons Green and on the overground rail line to Wimbledon, which is on the District Line. The couple were unavailable for comment. A neighbour of Mr. and Mrs. Jones, who wished to remain anonymous, said 3 months ago they fostered a lad from Somalia. "My mate said he's 16, but he'd say he was older than 18, what they're reporting. He's been nothing but problems for them, he kept running away and stuff." Forensic officers the scene of Friday's attack. Photo app. A neighbour who gave her name as Daphne, who lives opposite the house that was raided on Cavendish Road, said, "I am so worried about Ron and Penny, they are a lovely couple." Cordons are being put in place at a 100 metres radius to facilitate the Metropolitan Police Service's operation, which is being supported by colleagues from Surrey Police, they said. Forensic officers enter the home in southwest London for clues. Photo Jonathan Brady. Parsons Green Station was reopened in the early hours of yesterday. Amber Rudd, the Home Secretary, speaking after a meeting of the government's Cobra Emergency Committee, said, "There is no doubt that this was a serious IED. It was good fortune that it did so little damage in fact." The elderly owners of the property are respected foster carers. Photo app. The Met said it has spoken to 45 witnesses and 77 images and videos have been sent to detectives by members of the public. A key plank of the investigation has focused on CCTV. Troops have been dispatched to key sites across the country to free up armed police officers after the country's terror threat level was raised to its highest point. The level is at critical, which means a further attack is feared to be imminent. Armed police patrolled the streets of London near government departments in Westminster and were expected to guard Premier League football grounds hosting matches on Saturday, including the National Stadium at Wembley. Cressida Dick, Britain's top police officer, sought to reassure the public and tourists as she joined colleagues patrolling the entertainment and cultural district on the south bank of the Thames. "Yesterday we saw a cowardly and indiscriminate attack which could have resulted in many lives being lost," she said. Britain's Home Secretary Amber Rudd said it was still too early to discuss who was responsible for the latest London attack, the fifth terror attack in the UK since March. However, she said the country's threat level would remain at critical, which warns that another attack may be imminent. The last time Britain was put on critical alert was after a suicide bomber killed 22 people at a concert by the American singer Ariana Grande in Manchester in May. The Daily Telegraph, Reuters, AAP.